Okay, so this one isn't as tough as it could be. We cut it across here. We've got down here, we have just an 8 by 18 rectangle. That gives me an area of what? 144 square inches. The triangle up here, this is how much? 12. And this is 5. So it's a 5-inch by 12-inch triangle, so we divide by 2. That's 30 square inches. So 174 square inches of area. Perimeter, we've got 23 inches here, plus 8, plus 18, plus 4. We need to know that length. That length, 5 squared plus 12 squared equals, we'll call that C squared. If we go through the process, you got 25 plus 144, that makes 169. So when you square root it, you get 13 inches. So we add those all up, we get what? 66? Look right? Okay, well, let's try one or two more. Then we'll turn you guys loose.
Are we getting another quiz? Yeah.
Sound kind of distrustful there. Okay, so what we have, distance from here to here, we're going to call that 20 feet. Radius, we're going to call that 10 feet. Find the area and perimeter of this. We'll talk through this one together. This is one where we have to expand it out to be a larger shape, then subtract back down. So this rectangle here would have a width here of how much? 20 feet. Because we got a radius of 10, so it has to be a diameter of 20. What's this length going to be? 40 feet. Good. Because you've got 20 plus 10 plus 10. So that area is 20 feet times 40 feet, or 800 square feet. We have to subtract out that circle. If I put those two pieces together, I get one circle. It's pi times 10 squared, or 314 square feet. Right? So that subtracts to give me 486 square feet. Make sense so far? So that's our area. Perimeter. It's just going to be the 40 feet plus another 40 on top, plus pi times 20 squared for the circles. Or not times 20 squared, pi times 20, period, for the circles, which is 62.8 feet. So that's 142.8 feet for the perimeter. Any questions? Now let's have a little fun with it. Find the area of the darkening. Assume that this is a square, so it's 10 feet here too. Find that area of the colored in region there. I'll give you a minute to think about that. What'd you come up with? 57? Okay. So here's another one where we have to do a larger shape, the big square, which is 10 feet by 10 feet or 100 square feet. From that, we're going to have to subtract out, these are actually all quarter circles, right? If I pull this one out, looks like that. I pull this one out, looks like that. This one, looks like that. This one, looks like that. Of course, the diameter of that is 10 feet. So it has a radius of 5 feet. So that is a single circle with an area of pi times 5 squared. 5 squared is 78.5. So yes, when we square it is 21.5.
I was thinking that was 2 circles.
Oh, sure. So you did.
That's all
Yeah.
hold on, it's gonna be this.
Well, since we're in that thought process,
How do you know it's quarter circle though?
yeah, because the square, that's about the only way. So here, once again, we're going to have a rectangle or a square that's 10 feet on each side. Now we're dealing with these pieces of a circle. I want to know what that area is. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to think about that, and we'll go from there. I'll give you a hint. See if that helps.
So 9 point.
Okay, well, let's see how you did here. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw this around here. And I'm going to follow that red line I gave you, like that. I'll pull that piece out. What I just got there was just this piece, here and here. I've got a similar piece over here. That I can pull out. So and again, what I just took was just this part and this part. I know that the distance from here to here is 10 feet. So the diameter of that circle is 10 feet. So the area of that circle is pi times 5 squared, or 78.5 square feet. That square in here, you're going to say, well, I don't know the side, but I can do this. I know that's 5 feet, right? This is a triangle that's 10 by 5. So it's 10 times 5 divided by 2, but then there's a second one, so times 2. So that's 50 square feet. Ever see what I did there? This is 10 feet by 5 feet divided by 2 would be 25 square feet. Well, there's another one over here, so I multiply it by 2, so it's 50 square feet. So now what I've got there, this piece out here, what I colored in green here, is 28.5 square feet, which is exactly half of it. So times 2 is 57 square feet. 78.5 minus 50. I love that problem. It's very eloquent. It's really not as complex as it looks. You just got to figure out how to divide it up. And that it illustrates to me what's the most difficult part of all this. I mean, there's only 3 or 4 shapes that we know. We know rectangles, we know triangles, we know circles, and I guess we know trapezoids if you have to. But trapezoids you can just break down into rectangles and triangles if you want to as well. So everything breaks down into those shapes. So that's all you need to know how to find the area of. The tricky part is figuring out how do I take this shape that's been given to me and break it down into those 3 or 4 basic shapes to find their areas. So I'm going to give you a packet. And in this new packet, it's going to be page 174 through 177. It's going to deal with areas and perimeters. So I'll pass that out.